Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 44 of Direwolf20's Forgecraft series. As you can see, I'm cooking up more uranium. Right now, we're about to see this crystal go away. Nice. And if we fly upstairs, we should see a windmill activate itself. Oh yeah. I love it when automation works. Ha! That is so cool. The energy crystal is getting charged from the MFE. Because the MFE is not full, the windmill activated and the kinetic gearbox rotor popped itself into the wind turbine. So awesome. And because we're getting a decent amount of wind right now, looks like on average we're doing okay with the wind. So the carbon-based wind turbine is doing pretty good for us. And you can see the MFE is going to fill up here. Nice. And then poof, right back downstairs. So I just tossed, I think, a little bit more uranium into this chest. I put about 2 stacks in. So 1 stack is currently being processed by the macerator. The other stack is pending here and ready to be cooked up some more. But we've got large amounts of uranium and uranium, which is cool. Today, I guess what we're going to want to do is the following. We're going to want to make fuel rods, which I guess IC2 doesn't have JEI integration yet, but as I recall, and I'm going to have to look it up, we need a canning machine and, let's see, we need fuel rods. So let's see, is rod? Empty fuel rod, right? Yeah. That is made, I want to say, in here with something. I don't know what, but with something. So that's the plan for today. And then maybe get the nuclear reactor built. I don't know what I'm going to do by way of... Well, there's 2 things I have to figure out. One is how to protect it. I could use the force fields, and I'm going to try that. I'm going to go into a single-player world. I'm going to create a reactor, and I'm going to put it inside of a force field, and I'm going to make it blow up. And then we're going to see if it, explodes or not. That should be fun. That I'm going to do off-camera, I think. Probably. Maybe I'll go into on-camera. You guys want to see a reactor explode inside a force field? Maybe. And then what I'm going to do is if the force field contains the explosion and the radiation and any other negative side effects, then that'll be my choice. Otherwise, we'll do some kind of reactor room or something. And probably at some point I'll leave it up to T-Love to make it look nice. But for now, that's what I want to test. And then the next thing I want to do is come up with a reactor design. And oh, we're out of this stuff. We are out of sugar. Sugar cane is not... Let's go over to our farms. Let's pop down here. T-Love, I don't think has this. Yeah. Automated too much. So let's do... If we put these guys away, which reminds me, I should probably go check out... How's this stuff up here? Yeah, we are pretty low on sugar. It looks like it's coming in now. Sugar's going in here, so sugarcane's going in here, getting converted. Cool. And then these guys are doing pretty good. We're good on redstone and gunpowder. Just kind of checking in on my power gen. This is what I do every time I log in, and I'm usually have done it off camera by now. But I didn't today. I just logged in and started recording. So, and then how are we doing down here? Everybody groovy? Yeah, pretty groovy. 93.5. I'll take it. So... All right, we're good. Definitely got to get more sugarcane going because we're using sugar like crazy. And this stuff's not growing that fast. I mean, it's also probably not chunk loaded would be my guess. So that's probably a consideration. Anyway, let's do the following. Let's go into a single player test world and test the exploding of a reactor. And we will be back in just a minute or two. Should probably have a door on here. I wouldn't mind a door just because... monsters. Alright guys, so here we are in a test world. Let's see what happens. So I've created a real quick basic system, which is going to be a rough draft of what's going to probably be the finalized system. So, got a nuclear reactor in here. I'll take out the heat vent for now. Redstone receiver, set to, it's really channel 1, just the overlay is wrong. So when I activate the lever, so you'll notice there's like no fuel rod being drained, right? And the MFSU is not filling up. So activate the lever, it both turns on the force fields and activates the reactor at the same time. Turn off the lever and the same thing occurs. So the plan will be the force field only runs when the reactor's running, right? And that's done because the lever here activates these 2 force field blocks. This one is set to everybody gets solid, and this one gets players can pass. And then it also hits the redstone transmitter that activates the receiver to turn on the reactor, right? And then the plan would be, because we don't want any wires coming out of the reactor chamber, because we don't want any place for a potential explosion to breach, we can use a very similar system to what we did with our windmill. Use Lapotron crystals within an FSU and, you know, teleport them out with a dimensional transceiver. That way, the force field is completely self-contained. How cool is that? There is no wiring outside of the reactor space. So we have no potential for death and explosion, right? If an explosion does occur, it's not a big deal. So now I'm throwing a heat vent in there, so that's pretty cool. And we can go ahead and get a couple more of those to help. Boom, right? Core temperature dropping rapidly, heat vents are taking damage, but then they're going to repair themselves automatically once it stops venting heat. Nice. So everybody heals themselves back up. Cool. So everything working the way I would expect. Now let's generate an explosion. What do you guys think? Good idea? Yeah, explosions are good. So I'm just going to throw, I don't know, this many? That seemed like a decent number. I mean, that should explode pretty fast. I don't know how fast, but we're going to see. You ready? So let's do it. Yeah, core temperature is rapidly rising. We're seeing some smoking. We're seeing some bad stuff start to happen. And cool, Direwolf is nuked. Oh, force fields do not contain a nuclear explosion. Things we learned today. Wow, that is a good time. Okay, so we learned something today, and that is that force fields are not going to protect me from a nuke. That is cool. All right, good to know. This is why we test in a single-player world. I am of the opinion that T-Love would not be pleased if I tested this on the server. Yep. Definitely did not contain that explosion. Cool. All right. So we'll be back in a minute. I might want to test this with just a slightly larger force field. That was kind of tightly contained. So I'm just going to set this up one more time. Be right back. All right, guys, just for the heck of it, we're going to test this one more time, making sure, because I just want to give it a wide berth, right? So before we had a pretty tightly contained force field. This time the force field's a little bit larger. It's only the bottom here that it's sitting on, but otherwise there's a lot more space inside. Just want to test and see if that helps at all. So nothing fancy in this config. We'll just do solid for all. Cool, that works. Anything else? Damage, solid, damage, pass, solid. Yeah, so solid for all. That's fine. Let's turn you off and on again. That should be cool. All right. All right, I can't get in. Wand. Let's do travel. Yeah. All right, so that. Yep. Definitely not contained explosion. Now we know for sure. All right, back to Forgecraft server. All right, guys, let's get going. So the first thing we're going to want is some CF powder, which is stone dust, which I should actually have a decent amount of from doing all this stuff. So yes, stone dust. Yes, stone dust. Nice. All right. Head back to workshop. I mean, I could be crafting this remotely, but let's just do it here. So CF powder. That's a decent amount. And then we want to stick that into a canning machine that has some water. So let's get a canning machine. Hopefully there's only one. Solid canning machine. Fluid solid canning machine. I guess this is the one I want. So I'll take it. And then we'll pop over to here. Now this canning machine, I guess I'll run him here. Should be fine. Let's get some cable. So we'll put the fluid solid canning machine here. This is going to need a, if we're going to run this on medium voltage like we are going to need a transformer. One of you, One of you. We're gonna need some gold inside this dude. Let's get like a bunch. How are we doing on rubber, by the way? We're still pretty good on rubber, but we're probably gonna need more soon. And while we're at it, let's get some more glass. So let's get some sand. We're gonna want this guy in furnace mode. Let some glass cook up. Good enough for now. Back to the IC2 area. We should have some gold cable by now. Bunch of that. And now we can get our transformer upgrade. Once this thing realizes that there's stuff in there. Nice. So transformer upgrade goes in. Now we should be able to connect you to... No explosions? Whew. Oh, he's nervous. Alright. We're gonna want fluid conduits, because this thing's going to want to have water in it. And then I'm pretty sure the mode that we want is something like this, fuel enriched. So water plus CF powder should create the CFSpray for us. Cool. Nice. That works. Construction foam. Beautiful. Now, switch tanks. So what I could do... So there's two things I can do. I can either get one of my universal fluid cells. Put these alloys away. Can I just pop this in here? Probably not. Can I pump construction foam as a liquid? So you can get a universal fluid cell of it, and it is a liquid, so I wonder if I can pump it out. Out of curiosity. Yes, I can. Okay, that's interesting. All right. So what we're gonna want then is another canning machine. Sweet. Okay. And this guy in here, I should be able to pipe directly into a CF sprayer, I presume. Let's see. That would be my expected capability. I mean, I know you don't have power, but I should be able to at least put the item in there. Let's get a battery. We should be able to charge the battery in here, right? Yes. And that in there. Alright, so maybe the fill cell from tank is the setting that I'm going to want. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, cool. So this could work, right? So we could just do, you know, I'm going to put 7 more in there. And that seems to be working. All right, 1,000 millibuckets. So for now, this is like a basic setup, right? We might swap this out. I wonder if I can put an energy crystal in here. Do we have an extra energy crystal? No, not an extra one. But I wonder if I could... Oh, there goes that one. It's going to fill up top. Nice. Hey, we should get actually a pretty decent amount of RF per tick. I'm curious, when it's raining at night, what kind of RF per tick we're getting up here. Wow. I'm sorry, EU per tick. I know, I keep saying RF per tick. I'm used to it. 215 EU per tick. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. That's actually like a really good number. 215. Sweet. Oh, now it's a thunderstorm. That is awesome. Anyway, so this thing should be back. If I take this out, this thing's going to drain. Can I put this in? No, I didn't think so. Okay, cool. Battery it is for now. We'll let this thing continue doing its thing. Alright, so that's a way to fill up the CF sprayer, which is good. So he's full now, which is cool. So I'm going to recharge this battery. And at some point we'll get this all cleanly automated, right? But for now I'm just kind of planning out how things are going to work. We'll put another 16 of you guys in here. You know, I'll just throw the whole stack in. What the heck? Who's sneaking around outside? Hey, skeleton. How you doing? Couple of you, huh? Alright, so that'll, you know, do its thing. Construction foam up there. Sweet. Alright, back to the workshop, as we're going to want iron scaffolding, and I'm probably just going to want to sleep through this night. I mean, as much as I'm enjoying a thunderstorm, maybe I won't sleep through the night. It's getting me lots of EU per tick over there from my wind mill. Let's do iron scaffolding. So we're going to want some iron fences, right. So iron fences, I know it's something in one of those machines over there. Iron fences are... Okay, an iron plate in the metal former in extruding mode. So one of these, iron item casings. So I should have hammers. Should have iron. Just gonna burn out the last of these hammers. Let's try it. So if we go to here in extruding mode, that's enough gold for now. These guys in extruding mode should be what I'm looking for. I gotta get some overclocker upgrades going. That's the other thing I should work on. Because, I mean, power is not my issue right now. Waiting is my issue. And sure, I could acceleration wand these things, but overclocker upgrades really is the way to go. Overclocker upgrade. Insulated cable electronic circuit. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's even cooler. 30k coolant cell gets me 6 of them. Sweet. And 60k coolant cell gets me a lot. Nice. Okay, cool. So that is just IC2 coolant with tin plates. And IC2 coolant. Figure out how to make coolant. Alright, so just FYI real quick, I'm getting a CF backpack here. And I'm going to fill that up just because that seems like a good idea to me. Because we have a big backlog of this stuff. And I'm going to want to use... What is going on out there? I'm going to want to use these machines pretty soon to make my overclocker upgrades. Or at least that's the plan. So I'm actually going to stop the CF powder thing going for now. Probably have enough. Oh wow, that filled up very quickly. That's good. Sweet. I don't know how much that can hold in total, but it's holding enough for now. So that's empty, and this is water. So now, if I want to get this, there's 2 ways I can go about this. We have a decent amount of lapis, though, so I'm going to go ahead and let this macerate. Lapis dust. Macerator, compressor, sag mill can do it. Just because it's faster, I'll probably have the sag mill do it. Yeah, plus, I don't know if Dark Steel Ball is going to help, but it might. So, in theory, if I put this in here, they should swap out. Cool. Yeah, sag mill's definitely quicker. So, lapis dust is what you use to make coolant. So, that shouldn't be a problem. And then I also made a few extra cells. Probably going to want a few more of those, to be honest with you. Let's get like a stack or so. So there's 2 ways we can use this lapis dust. We can either use it 8 lapis makes 1 coolant cell, or 1 lapis makes 1 coolant cell. It sounds like you would want 1 lapis, but that requires distilled water, which I'm going to probably get into at some point soon. Maybe sooner than later, but we're going to see. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and toss this in here. And then I should be able to put this in here, and we should wind up getting the proper things. So let's see. There we go. Coolant goes in, and it's going to get canned. Sweet. That works for me. I see bad horses outside. And then we can use this to get coolant cell, and then it's that or that. All right, that's neat. So let's do 3 sets of these. Because you get 2. Okay, I see. So yeah, we're probably going to want quite a bit of these. Okay, good. And this gets returned to me at least, so that's good. And this was 3 of these, right? Gonna need more tin plates, huh? Tin and a hammer. Good enough for now. Cool. Let's pop back over to the workshop. Probably gonna wanna not use as much lapis, right? So, but we're good for now. So that's 6, right? So we can do two sets of those, right? Yeah, that looks good. And if I can get another set of 3. Nice. And then overclocker upgrades. So only 2 of those. Nice. That seems to me like a net gain, right? So that should be cool. And then we can, oh, we need 3 of them though to get 12. Okay, gotcha. Maybe it's not so much of a net gain. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Ah, battery out. Gonna have to actually hook that up to power at some point. Like I said, all temporary-ish. Cool. So this yields 3 of those. Put them back in here, and then that, and then the 60K. We're gonna need more tin plates. All right, back in a minute. Let me finish the crafting of this thing. All right, guys, we're back. So I think I've got everything I need now. That should be enough of those, and just this now. Sweet, 12 overclocker upgrades. I did do the math real quick, and it's the same number of coolant cells regardless of which of these you craft. It's always the right number, so it comes out to about a 1.5 amount. So 1.5 times the number of coolant cells you're using is the amount of overclocker upgrades you get. But you do save on electronic circuits and insulated copper, so might as well. But of course, at the cost of insulated, those guys, you're using up tin. But we've got a lot of tin and not a lot of uses for it, so I'll take it. So yay, overclocker upgrades. Sweet. I'm going to pop them into the chest for now. You can hang out in here, and as needed, I will do things with you. Cool. So let's recharge this battery, because you can clearly see that you're empty. Are you done? You are done. Cool. So we'll hang on to our coolant for now. And then while that was going, we got some iron fences, which is cool. What I'll probably want to do is snag a few of you guys. How crazy is the request for 6 overclocker upgrades? Wow, that's a lot of power increase. That's a lot. of power increase. That's interesting though. Look at that tooltip. That's new, isn't it? So if we were to get more iron, item casings, and we're definitely burning through power. What we're going to want is overclocker upgrades on this line, and then we want this line to be, you know, medium voltage instead of low voltage. It's probably what we're going to wind up doing. But regardless, let's get iron scaffolding. Nice. And for now, we'll put the iron fences away, as will we put away most other things that I don't think we need right at this moment. Cool. We'll let that run. In the meantime, back to the workshop. I do want to sleep. All right, so let's CFspray some stuff, shall we? I think I want to equip my CF backpack. So 17 in there. Didn't you used to be able to like right-click iron scaffolding and it would just kind of build on top of itself? Maybe it's left-click. Yeah, there it is. Sweet. I don't know if I necessarily want it that tall, but that should probably be good. Now, if I break... No. Let's do you. Let's configure you for break square. Can I fly? I can. Sweet. Hopefully break square will not have a problem with the hardness of this material, because it is quite up there on the hardness scale. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one more, so that it's 6 tall. Cool. So now CF spraying this stuff should be... Ah! I didn't want that to happen. That's okay. Construction foam wall light. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but that's okay. I didn't think I would be getting back the scaffolding. My understanding was that you don't get it back. So that may in fact be a bug. But we'll see. Are we getting... We are getting reinforced stone. Nice. Okay, and we are using up the foam from my backpack. Double nice. Alright, cool. So I'm going to have to report to player. Ping player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. So this will get us the stuff we need to build our nuclear reactor building. Because remember, you want to use reinforced stone because it's resistant to nuclear explosions. It's got a hardness, I think the value is 180 or something like that. So way harder than obsidian and other materials. Basically, you're going to be in good shape with this stuff. So reinforced stone, it's cooking up. What I'll probably just do is let that cool. You can also throw sand in there, by the way. So if we had like a decent amount of sand to speed this up. You just right-click sand on here, in case you guys forgot that feature, to speed up the process, right? Cool. There we go. And let's see if you can break it. Nice. Beautiful. So that is a pretty good process. Let's come back in a moment here. I'm going to get a little bit more of this stuff. Be right back. All right, guys, so I think what I'll do is leave this stuff to sit in the sunlight and, you know, do its cooling off thing. These guys are done. We'll put them away, and I think we're getting pretty close to the old wrapping up point for the episode. So what we'll do, how's my CF backpack? Nice. I use a lot of CF spray here, but we can always make more as needed. Thermal centrifuge is still running, macerator, ore washing plant. All these things are still going. Everything's good here as far as I'm concerned, right? I am going to take the lead dust out of here. And what can I do with this lead dust? Cool. So now we've got lead. Let's cook it up back to the workshop. You're in furnace mode. Cool. You should make lead ingots. Nice. All right, and then what we'll probably do next time is hopefully if Mr. T-Love is around, we can harass him and say, hey, Mr. T-Love, how's it going? I need you to do things for me, like make a nuclear bunker, because that's what we're going to want next, because we're going to want to have our nuclear reactor up and running, and that should be pretty cool. Okay. What else for now? Before we wrap up the episode, I think we're in good shape. What I might do between episodes is get transformer upgrades on all these machines so that I can remove this LV transformer. And then everybody can run on medium voltage power, and overclockers won't be such a draw on power, because basically we can transfer more EU per tick. All right, for now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.